Alright, my intro is done. It is time for Warhammer.
It's time for the pyre.
And I will load into Chapter 6 from the main menu, because we might get a cutscene. We'll see. I've technically already gone here in-game and had a dialogue. Okay, there was no cutscene. You two may join.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Will you send me an invite?
Oh, you want an invite? You want to be special?
I can't join without it.
You can't join?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because I have to
Yeah.
actually open it to multiplayer. Hold on. I think I
I've
do.
been sitting there on the friends list with the no join button.
I don't know,
Oh, there
whatever.
it is.
Yeah, I don't have a join
Join
button.
me.
On
I
this game
just saw
ever.
it pop up.
Yeah, you just saw it pop up because it automatically turned it into a multiplayer game the moment I invited DK.
Mm. Excellent.
Easy.
Yeah, on my solo list, once Tower of Fantasy's done, to continue the conversation we were having just before I finished the intro. After there's Mafia 3, 2 games after, and then DK will find it funny. 2 games after that is the new Gundam Breaker.
Oh man, the controls are gonna kill you.
They might, I don't know. I just said it looked interesting, and then you bought it for me, so yeah.
I'm gonna warn you that the controls were designed by people who only thought about controls, and they're bad for controllers as well.
Damn. Hi,
Because
Timothy.
it only uses an auto lock-on system.
Oh, okay. I mean, oh wait, auto lock on.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, that's what Tower of Fantasy does as well. So maybe it'll be like that.
Auto lock-on in which the lock-on will fight you.
Yes, it does that in Tower of Fantasy. So hopefully it will be kind of like that, and it won't be exceptionally bad. All right. So good news, or well, no, this is bad news. This is both. All right. So I took this quest so long ago on accident that I don't remember what the introduction information was. It was like a month and a half ago. And so I went to the text, the quest, and it says no text to display for this quest.
Yep.
So the bad news is I don't know what's going on. The good news is we don't have to waste time figuring out what's going on. So
Oh, let's go murder
Don't
things.
worry, I also don't
Hopefully
know
I
what's
remember how to
going
play
on, because
this.
half the story for me has been skipped.
these are the play for Space Marine 2. I'll probably play that game eventually. I know Matt 9's really looking forward to Space Marine 2. I played the first one. I didn't
would
think it
not
was
mind
anything
playing it.
amazing though. Just seemed like an average shooter. That's kind of how I expect the new one to be. Alright. I am going into the area.
I am right behind
The
you.
quest is called The
Four,
Fires
that's
of
right.
Betrayal.
The forces of
Oh,
chaos are
betrayal.
here.
The
And then
Force.
I'm gonna betray you.
The Force is here. Oh my gosh.
Heretic fires.
It's the Force.
I am the metal. Sigmar is the hammer.
I find it amazing that I managed to play a build in an ARPG where I have essentially, other than my attacks, I have 2 skills. A summon and a summon. And once I press those skills, I don't need to press them like ever again. That's
Mine's
it.
just hold down button.
And I have another summon, but it's passive. And I'm not even a summoner class. That's the best part. I'm the archer class. And I've turned it into a
Chest
summoner
right
class.
here. I didn't notice.
Huh?
There's a chest right here, and I didn't even notice
Oh.
it until later.
Yeah, I don't think that was marked on the map, was it?
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
I looked
okay.
at the map at the last second. I was like, oh, okay.
I now have both our chats properly.
Oh dear. The path goes across a boat. This is some Warhammer Vermintide map design. But the main path actually goes across a boat. Fragments.
Which I don't think we'll ever need again.
Fragments. What do you want to try this Black Con game? I don't know, like that game, I know it's really popular in China already. It got to 2 million players, like on release. 90% of them were from China though. Which implies that in the West, it's not actually that popular. Which
It looks fun.
might say, yeah, I don't know what the gameplay is. Which what I was about to say, it might say something about the advertisement, it might say something about the gameplay, I don't know. All I know about it is that it's Chinese. I have no idea how it plays. It looks like, just looking at the store page, it looks like it's supposed to be a Chinese God of War.
It pretty much is. Sun Wukong is basically the biggest troll in Chinese history, mythology, not history. He is the biggest troll.
So you,
Pretty much.
it's you in Chinese monkey form.
Yes, but he's basically immortal 7 times over.
So how do you die?
Because, I don't know. I haven't played the game, but I know a bit about Sun Wukong himself.
If he can't die,
They'll probably have some sort of thing like maybe it's before he's immortal or some shit,
I don't know, whatever.
or some game mechanic.
Another game is considered harder than Elden Ring. Well, Elden Ring's not that hard. There's like one hard boss in Elden Ring and that's it.
You forget,
People say
Resoula is
hard.
a high-level game player.
That's true.
People say
Yeah, I'm not normal, so what I think is hard is not necessarily... well, what I think is easy is not necessarily easy. But, like, yeah, as a person that sits down for 12 hours a day and plays a game and has played Demon Souls, every single Dark Souls, Bloodborne, and many other games like this, I didn't think it was difficult at all.
I mean, the Souls games, including Elden Ring, isn't really that hard once you know how the game works. 'Cause everything is pretty much the same.
Well, I wouldn't say that's true. See, here's why I don't think knowledge actually plays a huge part in it. Is because in these games, no matter how much you know, you can get one-shot by some fucking boss that's just balanced to one-shot you.
Yep.
And that's just part of the design of the game. But I also think that right there is not enough to make a game difficult.
No, that's just cheap.
That is cheap, yeah. Something I find... do you remember the 2 things that I find extremely lazy in boss design? You've heard me complain about it several times over the years. Do you remember the 2 things?
I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember what you're talking about.
Well, you just said one of them.
Yeah,
If
Having
a
a
boss
boss that
can
can
one-shot
one-shot
you, I find that extremely lazy. The second thing is having a boss that, for any period of time, becomes completely invincible.
invincible, yeah.
Yes. If you make a boss invincible, that's lazy. If you let it one-shot you, that's lazy. You could have made it an actual skill-based thing, but you didn't. Why? Because you were either too bad at making the damn boss, or you were lazy.
I don't mind invincibility on bosses if the context of the fight is meant to be like that. Like, that's the story.
I think you could be more
But if
creative,
it's just
though.
invincibility for invincibility's sake, then no. Yeah,
I mean,
understandable.
I kind of
as well.
assume that it's quite possible that you told the player that the boss, you need a specific item to go defeat the boss, and if you don't grab it, I have no problem of the game just flat out killing the player for
Yeah,
attempting it.
that might be a little different. I mean, like when you go into like a
Yeah.
required boss fight, you've gone down the linear path. There's nothing else you can do, and yet you get
Yeah.
there, and there's like an invincibility
Sigmar
mechanic.
be praised. How did you get here?
Master Falk
Or
sent
like
him to
when it
rescue.
changes phases,
Where are the
they make it
others?
invincible for 10 seconds to go through an animation.
The heretics separated us so we wouldn't
Oh,
try
yeah,
to
no.
escape. They have to be close by, though.
How many?
No more than 5.
They
now.
could have instead made something that was like a regen tank.
I understand. Get to the
Something
doors.
where
I'll
when
send
every
the
time it
others as
hits
soon as I
you,
can.
it heals a
Go.
little bit.
Like Melania
Something like that.
from
Uh,
Elden Ring.
Like that's kind of creative. Whenever it hits you, it heals, and then you could have ways to get around that. Like number 1, don't get hit. Number 2, to quote the Witcher 3 trailer, remember when the bitch
Wind's howling.
bites his fucking like neck, but he drank the potion, and so it like poisoned her, and now instead of like dealing a fuck ton of damage, she got like debuffed. You know, so
Yep.
like preparation items like that. Like I know that was like a really good thing about The Witcher, is that no matter how hard the fight was, there was probably something you could do to prepare for it.
Yep.
Fire Golem boss one-shotting people. I don't even remember Fire
Sigmar
Golem
be
boss.
praised. I'd given up hope. Thank you.
The big giant dude with the pot.
Oh, the pot.
In the
Oh,
star
I remember
area.
the pot. I remember the pot. Yeah. One of my favorite Souls-like games. My favorite's definitely Demon Souls. Might be because it's the first
didn't-
one I played, but I found it the hardest. I liked its story the most. I found that it had like the clearest and like least ambiguous storytelling, and the gameplay was just real smooth. I liked the progression. I liked the different world states. So that was pretty cool.
I like Dark Souls for the same reason as your first reason. It was the first game I grabbed.
Many thanks, friend. I'm in your
For
debt.
what was my first reason?
3 more engineers
Yeah, it was the
remain.
first. It was the first
must
Souls
be
game you
trusted.
picked
It
up.
was, yeah. It's always hard to tell. Like, is this one my favorite because it's the first one I played or not? I don't think it is in the case of Demon Souls. A big thing for me is the storytelling, because in Dark Souls I never know what the fuck's going on. Their storytelling is having some guy on the verge of death ramble for 10 minutes straight about some shit that makes absolutely no sense and that you'll never encounter in any way other than that conversation. And that's how most of the games go. But in Demon Souls, there's a lot more clarity to the storytelling.
I've only played Demon Souls, so I can't really form an opinion.
It's for me, story's a big thing. So
Yeah, the whole point of the Souls games, other than like Demon Souls, was that the story was meant to be like progressed through exploration and being like a little detective dude.
some new DLC. Oh yeah, I haven't played DLC
Figuring out story from
of Elden
lore
Ring.
and shit.
Sigmar be praised. I'd given up hope. Thank you.
Only 2 more to find.
Bop, 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 bop.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Bloodborne
I thought it was
gameplay
the
was
big
fun
pot
though. It was a lot more fluid. Having the gun was neat. The guns were woefully underpowered, but it was neat.
Bloodborne's my favorite.
The online worked really well, honestly. Like, I think I prefer Bloodborne over Dark Souls just because of how nice the online felt. Demon Souls online is worse as well, but like Demon Souls single player was so good and the online was so not problematic that it was fine. But like Dark Souls 1 and 2 especially were riddled with multiplayer problems. To the point where I think I like Bloodborne more than I like Dark Souls. I had to have access to a PS4 to play it, and that was annoying.
I owe
But
you my life, friend. Another
I
few
wish
hours and there's no
Bloodborne had
telling what
a
those foul
60
cultists would have
FPS
done to me.
upgrade, or at least a
One
PC
left.
one, so higher frames.
A 60 FPS upgrade?
Yeah, it's still 30 FPS.
Did I play that game in 30 FPS? Oh god.
Yes, you did.
You played it the way God intended. I'm just kidding.
You played it on when PS4 was a thing, and PS4 only had up to 30 FPS. And yeah, you were pretty much doing that most of the game too. Yeah.
I'm glad if nothing, I'm consistent, so I'm glad.
I think most of the time, the very start of the Bloodborne playthroughs is just, oh god, oh god.
Did we
I'm
miss
just sitting there
anything
going,
over here?
I don't see the problem.
In Tower Fantasy, they have like a way to boost the level of detail a lot, and I completely turned it off the moment I saw my FPS dip between below 120.
Oh, thank the gods. We've got to
Further
get out
south
of
from
here.
this guy.
There are horrors loose in the forge.
Just
Foul,
so you know.
twisted things. You can't imagine the things I've seen.
No doubt. Get going, friend. I'm right behind you.
Elden Ring DLC was harder than the main game. It has to be.
DLC usually is.
Well, it's separate to that, right? DLC a lot of times like such a stupid, ridiculous spike because they add new mechanics that you have to rely on, right? But even if it's the exact same thing, the DLC has to be harder than the main game. If you're gonna keep any progression going at all, then it has to be more difficult. Otherwise, especially for a game like Elden Ring, who's gonna play it? No one's gonna play it if it's easier.
I heard you had to unlock the ability to even play the DLC.
That's
Yeah,
been
there you
the
go.
same for like a lot of Dark Souls things. You
Bro,
have
I
to
got red
get an
pants.
item or something.
I got
Nice.
red pants.
Even Dark Souls 1, the DLC, you actually had to get an item from a place down in a little
Nice.
lake area in order to unlock an area.
You know what? I remember this one funny boss mechanic from Blaster Master, which was an NES game.
That game sounds amazing.
It was possible to hit the enemy with a bomb and then pause the game for like 2 minutes, and the boss would just be killed when you unpaused, because the programming for like 3 of the boss fights.
Oh my
would
god, the
be-
camera! Ow! Ow! What the fuck? Why would you do that?
Because they love you.
I understand that in like maybe a console game, but in this game where normally the camera moves when I'm moving, just suddenly to be super zoomed in and I start moving, I'm like, why isn't my camera moving? Why is it detached? And then I go and then it finally starts after I get out of that point. It's just like, ow! That hurt.
You were right, Master Folk. The Imperial Gunnery School has been seized by the servants of Nurgle. I fear the entire compound may be in their hands.
I feel like
We will know more once I've
mechanics
had a
and
chance
cameras
to speak
and
with my colleagues.
FPS is
You've
Resola's
done well,
weakness,
my
his
friend.
strength
Return
being
to me when you are
very
ready and
skilled
I'll
at
share
games.
what I've learned.
Quest rewards. The DLC quests give terrible XP rewards. Ooh. Ooh. What was that? That was a skill?
Oh, padded
Yeah, new general skill. Padded armor. Damage taken
Padded
reduced by
armor, that's-
0.6%. Duration 6 seconds. Stacking limit 50. Taking a critical hit has a chance to increase damage reduction. So if you get hit by crits, you start stacking up to... What's 6 times 50? No, what's 6 times... Wait, 5. 5 times 6 is 30. I was trying to... I had to like go from 0.6 up to, times 10, times 5. Ugh. But yeah, it's a passive that can make you more survivable when you're getting crit a lot.
So what you're telling me is it's pointless.
Yeah, because we don't... Dude, I don't ever use my fucking potion. And I don't even have things on anymore that heal me. I don't even know how I get healed at this point.
I
But
completely forgot we had the potion.
yeah, we have a potion, and you can equip a special ability. You can equip one of these skills, for example.
Vitality.
Yeah, that will like...
Vitality.
Essence of Vitality, Resolve, and Wrath. There's more of them too.
Yep.
They give other bonuses, including like there's one that will give like a 30% damage bonus, but I feel like that's probably unlocked via base game end game play, which we totally skipped over.
I definitely.
All right,
Donate.
this stuff is done in my inventory.
Yes.
I'll be honest, I sold before y'all talked to her.
Have I not upgraded
Don't you
these
have-
gauntlets?
Don't you have to sell here?
You do.
How do you sell without talking?
I have not upgraded these gauntlets. I must have gotten these gauntlets towards the end of yesterday.
You just talked to her?
Red, blue,
okay,
red.
I was wondering how you didn't like activate the cutscene. for
Red,
all of
blue,
us.
red.
It's one of those.
I mean, I walked in and immediately went to her because I sold to her previously.
Red, blue, red.
Okay.
Bonus.
I managed to avoid interacting with the character.
Damage, armor
But yeah,
piercing,
so
armor.
there was just this mechanic that if on these levels you paused, whatever damage was going to be done would be multiplied. I thought that was hilarious.
Red, blue, red.
I love exploiting stuff like that. Well, after
But
I've
it-
gone through an actual gameplay. Like,
But
once
if you
over.
did it while it hit you, you would also die. So
Down. Alright,
Hey,
I have
can't have good stuff,
become
that's a bad
stronger. My attack went from 44,000 to 55,000. I think this officially makes me stronger. That's kind of a gigantic
I'm on
increase.
32,000 attack. What the hell?
You only have 22,000?
32.
It's called Get Good.
No.
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 There's no R in no.
No.
Thanks,
No.
Sigma, you're here. I've spoken with
Which
the
just reminds me of
engineers
Diablo.
who
Yeah,
rescued
this is a
the
very
The
Diablo
situation
style
there is even
ARPG.
worse than I feared. We have
What's
been
Diablo?
betrayed. Gustav Riekert has revealed himself to be a servant.
I still need to
of
play
Nurgle.
Diablo at
When
some point.
Magnus's army left
I
for
would
Kislev,
not play
he saw his
mind playing
chance
that
to
with you,
deliver the
because I don't
forges
mind
into the
these
hands of his
asymmetric
dark
ones.
master. The complex has been
I didn't hear a
overrun
single thing
with
you said over
cultists
this guy's
and other
voice.
Foul spawn of chaos.
Great.
They intend to use the forges to create
We like
terrible
play
war
Diablo with
machines
you, yes.
dedicated to their foul god.
Then we must stop them.
Before we can deal with Riekert and his creations, we must
Riekert,
save the forges
not
themselves.
Reichardt.
Even as we speak, a
Riekert.
dark consecration is underway to
consider
spread
this a
Nurgle's
more
corruption
G-rated
throughout the
Diablo.
complex. Time is running out.
Yeah, it's
You
Ricky.
must
Isn't it
stop
filled
this
with
ritual
blood?
At all costs.
Still
It's
G-rated.
literally
They will have to be
explode.
destroyed, and the Empire will lose one of its
There's
greatest
no
sources
giblets,
of
there's
power.
no people
I shall
exploding
see
into
Diablos.
billions of body
You have
parts.
my-
There's demons
In what game,
exploding
okay?
into billions of body parts.
this
There's just
game,
a little
people
splash
explode,
effect.
No, they literally explode.
I
The
feel like
player
this is enough to be rated mature.
It's
I'll be
rated
honest,
G
this is
for
just like-
giblets.
It's like
Oh yeah, dude, I try to go to
Going down
the
there.
store page on Steam and it's asking for my age.
oh, I imagine it is rated M, but it's like the most softest M.
Warhammer
you know
Chaos
what I mean? Like,
ESRB. Yeah, it's rated M, yeah.
yeah, I
rated,
know it's rated
G
M,
for
but
giblets.
it's just like the most depressing level of gore.
Compared to most ARPGs I've played, this is probably one of the most mature. Because, like, I feel like Victor Vran wasn't this crazy in terms of gore and stuff. Van Helsing
I blame-
definitely wasn't.
I blame Dungeon Siege 2, where every time you crit an enemy that caused a death, all their body parts would explode into a pile of body parts.
Maybe you're just too used to good.
Yeah,
gore.
this is probably the best one out of all of them. I don't know.
Because even in Diablo,
That's what I hear,
like,
though.
you know, bodies would collapse, and it just seems.
I occasionally look at Diablo, but the price never seems right. So I'm kind of just waiting to see if they put them all on Game Pass or not. Because shit, I don't know. I feel like Diablo's overpriced compared to every other ARPG.
Yes.
Like I can go spend $3 right now and get 3 ARPGs.
It's only because it's popular.
Popular? That's the name of a song by an Australian band.
Popular? I barely know her.
No, this is Veronica reference time.
The Veronicas, the twins?
Yeah.
My brother went to school with them. There you go. They literally went to school like 20 minutes from where I live.
The only Australian music I listen to ever is like once a year. I'll just listen to the Veronicas. I was gonna say the only Australia media I consume. I realize that's not true. You have a news station that I watch occasionally.
You consume my Australianness.
No.
You even say no.
It's Diablo 4 because they put in microtransactions after they said they wouldn't. Well, of course they did. What a surprise. I mean, microtransactions, I would expect it. Like, even when New World was coming out, for example, they said, yeah, we're not going to have any microtransactions that could be considered pay to win at all. It's only going to be cosmetics, and that's it. And basically, what everyone was saying was like, yeah, just give it a few months and let's see if that stays true. I don't know if it's not true anymore, but I bet it's not true anymore. I think this is a dead end over here.
I'd be surprised if it wasn't.
Maybe it's not. Maybe it is. It is a dead end.
I have no opinion.
They put microtransactions in everything now.
You saying you have no opinion is in itself an opinion.
And at this point, I don't even know why they're called microtransactions.
Okay,
because
what I mean,
it's cheaper to pay a sub and a retail price combined to get into Final Fantasy XIV now than it is to pay for like an equivalent level of microtransactions to get stuff in games that rely on microtransactions. So it doesn't really sound very micro when I have to pay like, especially because like looking at, I'm playing Tower Fantasy, right? Look at Tower Fantasy. There's a microtransaction. That's $100. There's another one. That's $10. Another one. That's $20. This is not micro. I can go get 3 ARPGs right now for $3. $3. That's $1 per ARPG. This style game. I can get essentially a 60+ hour long adventure for $3. $3.
All for free if DK gives it to you.
Well, then he'd be spending $3. Still, it's $3. And that's not a lot of money. But one singular microtransaction being $100, that's not micro. That's an exorbitant transaction. Yeah, I'm used to the fucking just frame dips in this game at this point.
I was not ready for it.
I expect it playing this
I haven't
game.
had one since that last area we were in.
They put pay to win microtransactions Diablo 4 3 weeks later. Of course they did. Now the reviews are out.
Another red.
The reviews are out. It doesn't matter anymore. They need players to buy the game. Players already bought the game. Now let them buy the microtransactions. There you go. Fine, Steam right now, Divinity Original Sin Games $35. Yeah. I mean, that's not as good. I feel like that's not as good as like 3 ARPGs for a total of $3, but still, that's a lot cheaper still than some microtransactions. Most games are cheaper than the cost of microtransactions at this point, which is ridiculous. Not for the price of games, but for the price of microtransactions.
Yeah.
Not them.
No, the reason I said I didn't have an opinion is because I just don't have a strong opinion either way.
I know what you said. I was just messing with you.
I have a strong opinion about everything. Except for things that I
Yeah.
You
don't.
seem to have a really strong opinion about people's moms the most.
Those are 80 hours RPGs, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, level 50. Yeah.
Also, I think going back to games being hard, you know what I think's a hard game? Divinity Original Sin. I think that's actually a pretty hard game.
I wouldn't mind playing that.
I think that's legitimately a difficult game.
I have it on Xbox, but I've never gotten around to playing it.
It's co-op, but I don't think it's crossplay.
Damn it. I'll just buy it again.
I would assume it's not, because most games are not.
Well,
It was a part of Game Pass at some point or something?
something like that, yeah.
Or is it right now?
It was either on Game Pass or on sale, but I just know I own it.
I have saved up enough points of Microsoft reward points to redeem 3 months of Game Pass at some point.
I also have that too. Actually,
Yeah, but
probably
I got
the
mine
that
by
I
searching
own.
on Bing. You got
you
yours
search
by
on-
making purchases on Xbox, probably.
No, I also use there's a little reward system that you kind of just log into the app and it gives you points. And I've just been gathering points from that.
I have
Plus
like
game.
3,000 Microsoft reward points, and I'm level 2, so I have a discount. So I can get 3 months of Game Pass at some point. And there's a lot of games on Game Pass that I want. Oh, it's very
That is
green
actually
over
one
there.
of the-
Okay, we're gonna keep going
That
this
is
way.
actually one of the main reasons why I ended up getting Game Pass for Xbox.
Why?
Because I got it in a reward system.
Oh, that's
That's
the way out.
to go.
Yeah. No, that's the way out. This is the way to go. Right now, there's like a quest objective.
Whoa.
The enemy is here. Do not let her interfere with the ritual.
I can't see this cutscene. All I see is roof.
It's supposed to phase through the roof.
It did not.
By the spirits it is done. The ritual is broken. Now to return
I didn't even
the
get
tables
there.
to folk.
Knowledge is power.
We're just that powerful. We're just that powerful.
You are nothing.
There's a ton of games on the reward thing that I want to play on the Xbox Game Pass, but a lot of them are like weird, where it's like number 3 in a series that I haven't even played number 2 of, for example.
Yeah. I want you to play the Yakuza games because I want to see your opinion on them. I want to have an actual critical thinker think about the game. Other than just playing it because it's popular.
I did try one off stream a little bit already. I forget which one. I think it was 0. And
0 would be the first chronologically.
You
yeah.
are nothing but
It was either 0 or 1, I forget. But I would say that I wish that they worked on the port a little bit more for keyboard and mouse. Like I wouldn't play that game without a controller. The port controls are terrible.
I have heard. But when now they're not.
And I don't understand why only one game has English, and that's like the first game. Because that's one thing I think I booted up both of them. But I really liked the going into the first game where there was actual voice acting, and so then I went in and I checked 0, and it's like I don't know what the fuck's going on because there's so much happening in every scene and it's only in Japanese, and I have to look at the fucking scene and read the subtitles. How the fuck do you want me to do that? You think I just sit here and watch subtitled anime for 27 hours a day? I don't. So I'm not used to doing that. This is why I don't know the story of fucking Dynasty Warriors either. Is because
you need to do that. Get into
before 9 at least, when I played 8, they only have subtitles, but they only tell the fucking story when you're in a battle. I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to fight and read? Doesn't make any sense. Especially while I'm on time limits.
Just learn other languages.
The ritual has been
Yeah, just learn other languages.
forges are safe,
Just
at least for
read the
Exactly.
fucking words.
The Empire owes
I
you
got voice
a
acting
great
and
debt,
subtitles
Elisa.
on this right now.
Well done. Now we can focus our efforts on
Most of the
defeating
Dynasty
Wicked.
Warriors are
Return
English
to me
dubbed.
when
There
you
was
are
just
ready,
like
and
a
we will
couple,
discuss our next move.
1 or 2 that didn't.
Well,
Any-
Yakuza, I think, is because it's a super popular Japanese game and only recently got super popular.
Generally,
in,
Dynasty
like,
Warriors got rid of the voice acting because people protested the voice acting. There was like massive like hatred.
You can see what you caught on 1 2 right now, $40 on Steam, $200 games. I actually have the first one. I'm looking forward to trying the first game. I'm also not looking forward to trying it because I know it has a lot of like timers that you have to work around getting certain things done before certain times, or you could just flat out lose the game permanently, and if you don't have an earlier save, you're just fucked. And I don't look forward to that, but like a really long CRPG, sure, that sounds like a lot of fun. Fucking looking at Game Pass though, like what is on here? I've already played Mafia Definitive Edition. I don't know what a lot of these are because they're probably a lot of like
Ooh,
console
Mafia's on
games.
it, cool.
Like what the hell is Flintlock? Never heard of it.
Same.
Probably some console game. I don't know. Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn.
So a lot of the Game Pass games are indie games as well.
This is what I'm looking at. Definitely doesn't look indie. These are very good graphics.
Yeah, but they have put a lot of indie games in Game Pass as well. As
What is
good
this?
games.
The makers of Ashen and Explosive
Hey.
Souls-like. Souls Light? Oh, great. Now we have Souls
What game is
Light.
that?
I just got used to saying Souls Like, and now I have to get used to saying Souls Light. Okay, Microsoft. We'll try that in 2030. I'm not doing that.
Roguelite.
I'm not saying
Oh,
Souls
is
Light
Is it
yet.
Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn?
Yeah. That's on Game
It's on
Pass.
Steam. It's on Steam as
Well,
well.
I'm looking at Game Pass
fact-
because it's like I know I have like 3 months of Game Pass I can redeem, for example.
I know, but it's funny is because it's in your wish list.
Oh, is it? Oh, cool. Then I've seen it already. Cool. Everspace 2. I think that one looks fun. I played the first Everspace on the Microsoft Store. It was a nightmare because the Microsoft Store wouldn't let me uninstall it. It just refused to let me uninstall the game. And so it was stuck. I couldn't figure out how to get rid of it for like years until I finally figured out how to get rid of it.
Yeah, it's one of my biggest protests about the PC game one is there's you can't get rid of things. It's weird.
Yeah,
Because Steam like puts it in a folder and then puts protections on it because they don't want you to mess with that folder.
yeah.
They don't want you like modding it and shit. Yeah.
And it's
I've
like
already played a lot of these games, or I don't care to. They have Halo Infinite's campaign here. That's cool. I haven't played that.
Yeah. I'd play that with you.
I'd rather play the
played-
5th game's campaign first, but they just refuse to put that on PC anywhere.
Yeah, it's not allowed to be on PC.
Shit.
It's against
Piece
the
of
law.
shit.
Well, I don't
Shit.
care. I still want to play it. I don't care if it's shit.
Shit.
I'll
Holy
still
shit.
play things that are shit. Lies of P, yeah, that one looks fun. I'm having to scroll
That
through a
one
lot of
does look fun.
games, though, to see one and say, that looks fun. I want to try that. They have Bannerlord on here. Sure, that sounds neat.
Isn't Lies of P the one where you play as fucking Pinocchio or some shit?
Yeah, and it's a Souls-like, and
Yeah.
it's
I did
made by a developer I know. And it's a very weird game
You
for
know,
them
like,
to
every
make.
Developer?
What?
Don't you know like every developer at this point?
No.
Who played that many
Particularly
games?
all developers work for Resoula.
Maybe this is not the one I thought it was. This is not the one I thought. I'm thinking of a different Souls-like then. I'm thinking
Lies
of
of
a different
P
ones.
is like this year recent.
And there's Pillars of Eternity 2. I don't even know if I have that one.
Ooh.
I don't have the first one. Or the yeah.
That's a game I tried getting into, but I'm distracted. again.
Another CRPG. I have to scroll through a lot of these though to find ones and go, hey. I don't know if I've played Sniper Elite 5. I might have, or maybe that's one that I haven't played. I'm in the S's. Oh, now I'm in the T's, and I can't find a lot that I want to play. To be fair, Tales of Arise looks neat. One
Tales
problem
of
with a
Arise
lot of this
is
stuff
Fun as fuck.
is that they like to swap games out a lot. So, like, the ones I'm interested in will just go away. And then I just will not end up getting it. And then it's like an endless loop.
Tales of Arise is in the those Tales games that
Yes.
you played.
I played like one of them.
So you like it.
Outer Worlds looks
It is
good.
very fun to
Lamplighters
play.
League, maybe.
Outer Worlds is a
I've seen it.
space.
Yeah, I know
Fallout
what that one is.
clone. Yeah.
What
I
I
finished
will
that.
say
That one's
is
good.
the one on the Game Pass was actually broken for months and actually got review bombed for just not functioning. But it was
What,
just
Outer
the Game
Worlds?
Pass version that would actually blue screen your computer.
Wo Long looks good.
Am I thinking the right Outer Worlds game? Is that the Fallout game?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I am. Yeah. Because there's a game called Outer Wilds as well. Outer Wilds.
Yeah.
So that confused the shit out of me.
Wasteland 3 question mark.
Wasteland 3 is like
Okay.
it's a weird mix because it's like a CRPG but actually has co-op where the other co-op partner controls some of the other NPCs.
I have Darktide on here.
I am the metal.
Yes, they
That's
do.
cool.
Sigmar is the hammer.
Yeah. So I counted like maybe a dozen or so games that looked interesting to me on Game Pass. That's actually surprisingly little. Oh, City Skylines 2, accidentally went over that one. That looks good. There's maybe like if I look closely, there's probably like 24 games I can find on here that look interesting. That I haven't played. Maybe. Maybe. I just went through the
I'll
whole
buy
first
you a
page
Game
again. I didn't
Pass
really
subscription.
find much else. But none of them are things that I would really super care to play right now. Like this instant.
I am metal.
I've been speaking with my colleagues about what they know of Rikert's plans,
Riekert.
but they have little to add.
Riekert.
Other than
calling
getting
him
the
Ricky.
forges running, they were kept away from the actual work in the manufacturing chambers. However, I believe there may be a way we can learn
The
more.
third Rikert.
How?
When Riekert and his minions took over the complex, a small group of the most senior engineers were separated from the others and taken away. My colleagues assumed they'd been killed.
Riekert the Third.
You believe they are mistaken?
That's his new name now.
We are talking about the finest engineers in the Empire. Riekert knows their value. He would find a way to use them if he could. Return to the Forge Complex.
Does this
I
whole
think they
DLC
need-
take...
they all have
Well, not even DLC. What is... Does this whole free update take place in the Forge Complex? I think it does.
So I guess that would make sense.
Yeah, first two chapters Pathfinder
Question.
Commander have timers. Yeah.
Is all of Rikert's employees blonde hair and blue eyed?
That might make them
I think
high
that would
elves.
be Yes.
And as we know, elves are heretics.
High elves, Hyle the third.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Armor piercing. This one's not too bad.
I
Looks out
hate
a
that they
little bit of
connected all
damage
that
and some
to
cost
Sigmar.
reduction for some AP and cooldown reduction. I like that. I don't always look at my gold gear anymore, but this time I'm actually looking at it.
Got nothing to look at because it'll shit.
Getting that red
nothing
gear
goes
helped,
to
and
it.
it came with a loot quality increase, so it's upped what I can actually get dropped.
Yeah, I've gone up to 54k attack right now.
Oh, nice. You caught up very rapidly.
What the hell? Now I'm 67. Now I'm 69. Now I'm 70.
Maybe you have some
Now I'm
buffs.
72. I don't know what the buff is. Oh, it's probably when I'm close to an enemy. Killing an enemy. I
Maybe.
don't know. I'm not looking through all that shit. But I'm 76.
You're 76? You're
Yep,
gonna die soon.
76,000.
Alright, we're
no,
going back
no.
to the Forge Complex. Let's go, boys. Yeah, the timers for Pathfinder Kingmaker don't look very nice. The first chapter looks okay, because it's not as bad. The second chapter has, like, several time gates in it, not just, like, one. And they come and go as scripted events happen. And terrible things happen to you if you don't do certain story missions before the end of those time limits. And then when you do the story missions, it doesn't start the next story thing because you still have to wait on the time limit anyway. Which, the passage of time is not like a terrible idea for a video game, just don't make it put you in an unwinnable situation. I understand if I take like 80 years in game and I die of old age. Sure.
Yeah, and that was what I didn't like. I didn't mind the free structure, but the fact that there were a whole bunch of secret quests, and I had no idea where I needed to go was kind of weird. And I started like 32 different storylines that like all expired.
Yeah, there's a lot of side quests, and a lot of the content in the game is missable, too, which is just... I hate that. I hate that so much. I hate being able to miss a quest in a video game because of, like, a timer, or because it's not very well communicated.
Well, a lot of it was
Timers.
like you need to randomly find the
Yeah.
where you needed to go so much,
Yeah.
and apparently you only had time to go one route, and I found all 17,000 routes, and I can only do one of them or something.
Blech.
Oh.
FPS drop.
Timers, escort missions, and fetch quests are my three most hated side quest stuff.
I'm feeling this will be not the way to go, maybe? I don't know. My
Two
gamer
most
senses
hated
are tingling.
and one just general hatred.
My gaming senses were tingling earlier, suggesting we go this way.
My lag.
I just followed y'all going the other way. Because I'm going to be a good DK, just behave.
Woo! Got a red drop. Red drop, baby. What is it? It's a
Once you
ring.
get one red,
God.
you get a ton.
Armor piercing. Damage. Oh, there's a lot of damage over time. Holy shit. I don't do damage over time, though. Resistance to damage over time. Cost reduction. Collecting a red bloodlust orb grants more health and decreases damage taken for a few seconds. Wait, just picking one of those up can give me damage reduction and health. Those things give you health? Is that a base behavior? I had legitimately no idea that that was a base behavior.
The red item I picked up was a red item of the same type that I already had. And I only have like 2 red items.
Oh god, this red ring makes me have a lot less attack rating because I don't think I do damage over time. I'm probably just gonna leave that alone.
How do I fuse the gems into other gems again?
You don't have that unlocked because you don't have enough story progression.
No, like when you mix gems and then create other gems with those gems, like.
Yeah,
it's
that was
trading?
unlocked
it
via the
trading?
story.
Was it trading? When you trade gems for other gems? I
Oh,
think that's what I'm thinking of.
that's at the blacksmith, the shop.
Okay, yeah.
I thought you meant the link gems.
No. Meant the fragments. Sorry, not the gems. I said gems because I look like fucking gems.
Knowledge is power.
Knowledge
No,
is
fragments,
power.
fragments.
My gamer senses are very confused by this path.
Your game sense is shit.
Whoa, buddy.
We're just full of hatred.
Respect your elders.
Excuse me?
I said respect your elders.
Aren't I like 76?
I don't know, dude. I forget how old you are.
I'm 29.
I just assume everyone that backtalks me is a fucking zoomer.
I am 29. You're a zoomer to me.
I'm a millennial. It's okay.
Nah, you're a zoomer.
Ironically, I'm a millennial too. It's just like
It's just the upper end. How old are you again?
I'm 40.
Shit.
Yeah, that's a millennial. You're just
Just
the upper
I keep
end.
Barely on the crisp.
Yeah, you're the
I
upper
keep
end.
forgetting DK is an old man.
Don't worry, we're the best. Would you rather be a zoomer with neck problems or a boomer that everyone hates? Nah, dude. Be a millennial. Only the baby
Hey,
boomers
Rez
hate
went
us.
north.
I understand baby boomers a lot more than
DK, you're going
some of the
to
younger
where
generations,
racism-
but
Just sorry for the interruption, but you're going to where Rez isn't.
Yeah, there was a whole path that linked back over here. I've explored it.
He went north. Sorry for the
everyone.
interruption. I just realized that Rez was all the way up.
Fuck.
And I was giving you that warning just in case you accidentally hit the story progression.
Story
Arizona.
progression.
Welcome to
Hi.
my loop.
Ow.
I like just running through empty streets and just scatterings of loot
Yeah.
everywhere.
Sorry, we're the police force. We're making everything safe now.
I'm the one with the gun.
This city kind of has a lot of thief vibes, to be fair.
You mean heretic vibes?
Nah, thief vibes.
Heretic.
Thief.
I assume by thief you're talking about the game series Thief.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
It has vibes of Thief. The lighting, the architecture,
I can
all of
see
it
it, I
feels
can
like
see
Thief.
Oh, you still need to play Shadow of War, by the way.
I do, yeah. I'm looking
Thief
forward to
reminded
that.
me of that. Yeah,
I'm ready for the 100-part series.
I'm not entirely
I'd
in
say-
a rush because, like, I've already kind of, like, the game, by the time the game came out, I feel like I had sort of forgotten a lot of what happened in Shadow of Mordor anyway. So I'm not really in a rush, but it's on the list. I've just been prioritizing for, like, that kind of style of game, and I do consider these to be the same style, is finishing up. I've been progressing like Assassin's Creed and also now finishing up Mafia. And just kind of going semi-chronologically, but not entirely. Do not interact with that man.
what man? Where is he? I can't see him.
There's a path
I got
back here we
maps
didn't
and
go.
fireballs flying everywhere. I couldn't see what the hell's going on.
But yeah, I was doing a lot of like trying the Assassin's Creed games, occasional Far Cry, and now finishing the Mafia series, which will happen after Tower Fantasy's done. But although now they're making a Mafia 4, so that'll be fun. Hopefully. But sometime after Mafia 3's done, maybe before or after I try AC Origins, I'll do Shadow of War. That's probably a while from now, and there's a good chance I try Final Fantasy 14 before then. And if that happens, whoo! You just like you gotta give it another year, probably.
Yeah.
Just gotta give it another year after that.
if you like it, which I'm sure
That is
you
the
will.
exit. That is depression.
I don't know that it would be very likely that I dislike Final Fantasy 14. It is like the most generic MMORPG style in existence right now, and I love that style.
You're not
So.
one of Rikit's men.
Yeah.
What are
That's
you
popular.
doing here?
What else? I'm here to rescue you.
Rescue?
Enough questions. A path has been cleared back to the docks. Go!
Go. That's a gigantic ball and chain. Oh my
There's
god.
nothing more to be done here.
Oh,
I should return to Master Falk and see what he has learned.
what's the point of putting a ball and chain on someone? Why not just like chain them up to something?
Well, the idea is
If
you're not
The
trying
ball and
to
chain is that
Yeah.
big. If the ball
completely
and chain is
remove
that
their
big.
ability to move. You're just want to dampen it
Yeah.
so they don't
Well,
go
if-
very far.
How are they gonna
Well,
work
the
if you
ball
just
and
tie them
chain
to a
is
post?
gigantic. Well, if the ball and chain is gigantic, it isn't essentially tying them to a post.
It depends how heavy it actually is.
I would assume. a
Big
big
doesn't
metal
mean
would be
dense.
Very heavy. Well,
That
it is
was
a
I mean,
big ball
someone
chain,
could
right?
also like grab it.
Losing
and
those
move it.
men would have been a
That
terrible
is
blow
fair.
to the
That is
Empire.
fair.
I will speak with them at
Probably take a
once.
few people.
When
though.
you return, I should have
'Cause
all
metal
the
is heavy.
information I need to plan our next move.
Or iron or whatever.
I've hit level 50. Yay.
Level 50 legend. Barbs!
Max,
unlocked-
isn't level 50 max?
Barbs. Legend goes up higher.
Or is that infinite?
I think it's like infinite, or it's just ridiculously high. Regardless.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Oh. Donate. Donate. Donate.
I've been speaking to the senior engineers.
Hey, I was trading.
Riket was indeed using their expertise to create war machines in service to his dark god. Now we'll use their knowledge to bring his plans to ruin.
Go on.
Right now, the forges are in full production, creating weapons and ammunition. Riket's minions are working as fast as they can, and it's made them careless. In their haste, they've left 10 barrels of black powder scattered around the assembly area. If we detonate those powder barrels, it will kill many of Riket's followers and bring the forges to a halt.
Then let us begin.
Every time I've heard your character talk in these cutscenes so far, she's said very, very, very little.
Yeah.
She said less than like 5 words every time I've heard her talk. And every time it was something where our characters do talk, it was me that talks instead. So it's like you just gave up talking. Oh,
Have you tried talking for me?
no. I'm gonna trade all these gems now.
Reach the assembly floor.
That one.
Ah. Ow, my hand. Ah, my camera. We go.
I'm glad it doesn't teleport me with you.
Yeah.
Because I was in the middle of making stuff.
This is where it'll be like, you've moved too far away from your party. You have 5 seconds to get there or you die.
I hate that, except the diamond.
Particularly when it makes no sense.
Yeah, whenever like you're 2 steps away from a person and it goes, you are too far away from a person. I am now hit the 100k attack now.
Oh, damn.
Because I put everything into attack power, because everything else is kind of...
The rating isn't entirely indicative, though.
Yeah, it's like a
What the fuck?
really shit title.
Well, this definitely seems like the way to go, so... Considering we just fought a
First time I ever
mini-boss
saw a light.
10 steps into the level.
call it mini boss because it had mini health.
No.
No, I think some
Yeah.
of the bosses we fought in Treasure.
To us,
It's
it
a
had
mini
health.
boss because it's not
it was-
the boss.
No, 'cause
We have
to us
definitely
it had
fought
mini
bosses
health.
with less health than that thing did.
We just melt everything because we're so strong.
Ironically enough, my never mind. I thought my guns were called heat, iron something heat. They weren't. It was
I
iron.
have no idea what you just said.
Good.
Something about you have a something, and that's all I got.
Well, in total, nothing. Because what I was
Okay,
going
in
to say
total
Red
you have
ring.
nothing. I understand. This all makes sense now.
Maximum health and
Because what I
healing
was
is
going to
increased
say
for
was
all
untrue.
players by 25%. What?
Nice.
Well, I feel like I definitely want this over damage. It comes with health drain, increases all of our healths by 25% and the healing we receive. That's kind of
Do
fucking
we
cool.
really need the health though?
No, but it also comes with health drain.
Do we really need the health train?
Well, no, that's for me. That's not for you.
Do you really need the health train?
No, but I want it. So I'll take that.
You just like health.
That's the first ring that I actually like. I like health drain. I like when I can... I like those kinds of classes where I hit my enemies and then like I take their blood and then
Did we destroy the
I
first
regen.
of the... Did you already destroy the first
Yeah,
barrel?
regen tank.
Yeah, just basically regen tanks. I like regen tanks. I don't like tanking, but I like
understand.
regen tanks.
I understand.
I like a regen tank sort of thing, but in a solo game type of style, so that I don't actually have to be a tank, but I can still get that kind of play style of being regen.
Yeah,
I don't
like a
actually
mix
like
of a
tanking
regen
for other
tank and an
players.
offensive character.
Rez, push forward as the meat shield.
What the fuck did you say to me?
You hurt me. You're my meat popsicle.
The fuck did you say to me?
Why does a meat popsicle ironic? Does it just weirdly? So I am lagging. Okay.
You are nothing but
Meat popsicle sounds delicious.
It's because you're Australian.
No, it's because meat popsicle.
Mm-hmm.
Assume every Australian just goes, oh yeah, I like a meat popsicle. No, it's just Pilgrim.
I don't know how many Australians I've known. I don't think it's a lot. It's probably like a couple
You
dozen,
know Australians?
and most of them did not like me.
Most of them are buttheads.
Most of them I met
Determined
playing
most
browser
Australians
games.
are in fact individuals.
Like almost all of them I've met in browser games, so that's my sample size. Then there's like maybe 3 that were outside of that.
So much lag.
I used to know an Australian named Clancy.
Tom
I-
Clancy?
Very rarely played Daisy mod with. Hate that these days I have to say Daisy mod or some normie's gonna think that I'm talking about Daisy standalone.
My friend is playing Daisy standalone at this very moment.
Anytime anyone tells me they played Daisy though, I just assume they mean the mod.
Yeah, same here.
I don't know why anyone would go out of their way to tell me that they played standalone. Like, I'm sorry for you, I guess. Sorry for your loss.
Sorry you paid money.
Lose what you've never had.
Holy moly of mobs.
I'm also bringing some towards me because I just don't want to kill them. one.
A lot of my strategy is to actually run. Oh my god, this frame drops. A lot of my strategy is just to run past the mobs, because I have to get that close for my summons decide to attack half the time, and then just let them start killing everything while I start picking up the loot. That's a lot of what I do.
Mine is similar, but it's more corral a big heap of them into one area and then press my ability and just melt them all in a second.
I just let my immortal fireballs do all the fighting and then just determine everything else is filth.
I like
You
how
are
we all
nothing
have
but
very
filth.
similar. We will have very similar ways of playing when it's respected to our class.
I mean, DK's way is not really like ours. Actually, ours is not really that alike either. The only similarity between the three of us is that we're gathering them up, but in games where mobs are weak, that's pretty common.
Yeah,
Well, like a lot of us have AoE abilities of some sort, and so it's in our best interest.
we're also just insanely powerful. So
Yeah, we
it
are
all just feels
insanely
really similar.
powerful.
Yeah, so it all just feels similar.
You are nothing but filth.
Also, my goal isn't even to gather them up. My goal is just to get my summons on them. I don't care if the enemies are gathered up or not.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually genuinely getting annoyed at taunt.
Which one? The you are nothing but filth?
You are nothing but filth because everything else is completely fucking silent except for that.
Gotta mute the game just to remind you that you are nothing but filth.
I feel like it's that loud that if I muted the game, it would bypass the mute. Just
I want you to know yours is far worse.
Woo! A red
That-
bow, baby! Oh man, this is a good one. Oh
Yeah,
my
weapons are great.
god. I'm using that. Oh, we're upgrading that, buddy.
Is that your first red weapon?
Yes. I've been getting
Hell
armor and so many rings, and I throw most of the rings away because they're so hyper specific in what they give. They're not necessarily better. This
I'm
bow has
still
more
trying to
life
get
drain
a,
on it too.
Red sword.
It's got a lot
I
of
wanna get
damage
a
and a
red
lot of
sword.
life drain and a lot of AP. This is good. This is a good bow. Oh yes, baby. I like it.
I have got 3 red guns and no sword. I want sword.
Red guns,
Even though I
commie
don't
guns.
Well, you're all heretics.
You got commie guns. The Reds.
Don't you technically have a red gun?
No, I don't.
Just a really medieval version of a gun.
A bow is not a medieval version of a gun.
It's medieval.
No, it comes from a specific era, so it must be a gun.
It
That's
goes
hilarious.
pew pew. Must be a gun.
More damage and
It doesn't go
AP.
pew pew. It goes,
This
Yeah,
item
which is
has been
basically pew
blessed.
pew.
Can I bless this ring to make it more useful? I can.
No.
Nar?
Guess I'm wrong.
no.
I'm burning through my fucking gems like a motherfucker.
I have 10 of each gem. Exactly 10.
I've burned through most of them already today. I keep
did
getting
that
red
in,
loot.
Like 2 seconds.
I keep getting red loot
From the
today, so...
moment- From the moment I talked about trading gems and
Yeah.
stuff and blessing gems, until right now, I've wasted every single one of my gems.
I only bless the red ones, and so I don't get a
Exactly
lot
the
of
same.
red stuff, so...
Exactly the same. Every time I get a red, I look at it, see if it's good, and then I bless it.
Yeah, and I do throw a lot of my reds away, because a lot of what I'm getting are rings, so...
Yeah.
Raid.
They add a lot for the trade, the donation day. When you chuck reds in.
I will trade all my oranges away. I will trade all my greens away. Give me more red.
Am I still loud and obnoxious in this hub area like the other ones?
No. Those god skills are probably the most obnoxious thing now. But only in the zones, not really here. Well, I'm also not standing on top of you, so. Try again. I mean, it's still, like, loud. I still have someone shooting in my fucking ear. But it's not, like, deafening or anything.
Well, I guess they fixed it.
It is
For
done,
this?
Mustfolk.
Oh, I
Hopefully
was
the
doing
barrels
things
caused
with my
enough
equipment.
damage.
Oh well.
I heard the explosions from
I guess
here,
I'm
my
not doing
friend.
that now.
Trust me, it will be some time before the forges are up and running again. Now we must deal with the traitor himself. Prepare yourself.
The Empire
and
falls
return
because
to
we
me
destroyed
when you
all
are
the
ready to
guns.
put an end to
Huh?
Riekert and his schemes.
It sounds like we're basically at the final mission. Doesn't it?
Almost, yeah.
We've dealt
You know,
Gustav Riekert a crippling
Falke,
blow,
or
but the
however you
traitor
say
Falk.
his
is
name,
far from beaten.
Falk.
In fact, I believe this will be our toughest
The way he
battle yet.
looks and the little hat he
Centuries
wears
ago,
reminds me
before the
of
Empire was torn
Sabine
apart by civil
from
war,
Fable games.
The Imperial
the Fable
Engineer
3
School
game.
used dwarf
And
steam
that's 'cause
technology
that's
to
the only one
create
where I've
the
seen a
steam
character
tank,
similar.
a fearsome war machine armed
But,
with the Empire's most
We have to fight a
powerful
steam
weapon.
tank?
The
Hell
steam
yeah.
tanks were terrifying engines of
Oh
destruction,
god.
but they proved difficult to
We have to
operate
fight
and even
steam.
harder to maintain. Only a handful were ever built.
This sounds ominous.
Riekert's master plan was to create copies of the steam tanks, powered by a combination of technology and chaos magic.
Of course.
Fortunately, the process failed. But
That's what
Riekert
Chaos
managed
does
to
best,
build
they
and
copy the
arm
Empire.
several tank hulls, which have been gathered at the Foundry's proving ground. Those war machines are the only weapons Riekert has left. He'll
mean,
use
why
their
not, you
cannons
know?
to destroy the Foundry.
It's
or
good, so we
perhaps
make it better.
even bombard Nuln itself. We must destroy them before it's too
I
late.
guess now I'll go back to attempting to bless my weapon.
No, bless you.
Usually I
There's
start
no
with my
time.
amulet.
I'm going through the portal. Damn, the colliders on this fucking woman gets so in the way of trying to get to the portal.
You know the best thing about the NPCs running around here? They're laggy for me. They're teleporting everywhere.
Nice.
So I'll be like running down the street and one of them will just teleport right in front of me.
I am the metal. Sigma. I am the metal. Sigma. Sigma is the hammer. I am the metal. Sigma is the Sigma. I am the metal. Sigma. I am the metal. I am the metal. Sigma is the hammer. I am the metal.
Yeah?
I am the metal. I am the metal. Sigma
This
is
is the only reason why I have this emote.
I don't even remember how to
Because
do
the
the
other ones I
emotes.
can't
Oh yeah,
spam
it's
up.
W.
I never miss my
I am
target.
the metal. Sigma.
I can't spam it like that with the other emotes, unfortunately. Otherwise I'll be doing into the fire. Oh, sorry, to the
Gnaw
fire.
and kill.
Gnaw.
Gnaw.
Gnaw. Gnar.
Gnar?
Gnar is cool.
What? Literally, like, one normal shot from my bow took off half that dude's HP bar in an instant.
I've been doing a lot of my stuff is just the basic attack. Red guns are insanely good. Red weapons, sorry. Coupled with like your most powerful shooting skill, it just becomes like incredibly easy to shoot things. You know that we don't have DK with us, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going into story, at least not intentionally.
Okay.
We'll get all this loot. I'm really unsure about all these paths right now.
Yeah.
backwards.
Story. Ooh.
What about this one?
I keep forgetting how to bring up the map onto the
Tab.
middle of the screen.
Oh, you're on a controller though.
I could press it. I could technically press that, but it's out of reach.
I feel like remembering controls on a controller is not that hard because there's like 5 buttons,
Yeah, and I was literally gonna say.
which is like it's a good thing and the bad
Not even
thing.
half the amount. Oh, unless you count button combos, and then you got all that.
I don't really count that because most games don't use that. Like that's one of the things of like, oh, you know, you say, well, there's not enough buttons on a controller to make XYZ game work. It's like, no, because you have button combos. Great. All right. What percentage of console games utilize button combos versus actually just simplifying the fuck out of the core game design?
A lot of
Like none.
PC.
You know, the original Dragon Age did a really good job of using like the shoulder
Yes,
buttons.
yeah,
to
I
get
played it on
even more
PS3.
things.
It was actually Dragon Age
like,
Origins is really good about
I don't know
that.
why games stopped doing that. It's like, ooh,
And
we
that's the
have
thing.
3 buttons.
Like for like probably the single best example I know of a game doing that, I have to go back like what 14 years. So
Like when games were good.
it's not that common. This is not a
It
common
used to
thing
be super
games do.
common. You know, I just played one of the old Star Wars games that was like on PlayStation 1 or 2 or something like that.
Which one?
It was the one where you literally drive tanks and all this other stuff, and it used the shoulder buttons to strafe.
Where does the term shoulder buttons come from? I assume that's like R1, R2, L1, L2.
It's
Shoulder
the,
would be L2, R2.
No, the ones.
No,
It's L1, R1, and then L2, R2 would be the triggers.
no, it's heresy. Those aren't shoulder.
There's shoulder buttons because they look like shoulders.
I'm kidding. I don't care. I'll submit to this, but
No, that's why that's why they call them
when I say shoulder buttons, I
buttons.
only mean L2, R2.
So what you're saying is you're wrong.
Great. So we don't know why. All right. You know what? Let's learn. What
They're called
are
shoulder buttons
I
'cause they
imagine
theoretically
shoulder
are the
buttons.
shoulders of a button. The shoulders.
I
of the
imagine
controller.
Pilgrim is the one who is correct,
great?
and I
So
believe I am wrong.
shoulder buttons are a military thing. So I have to be way more specific than this.
Yeah, on a controller.
Positioned on the top surface and serve as a secondary input mechanism for various activities.
Oh, fuck. The fuck?
And now we discover that like secretly, like there's like a distinction that no one
There-
cared or wanted to know.
Yeah, there is shoulder buttons. That would be what Pilgrim said, and then what you're talking about is apparently triggers.
Triggers, yep, because they look like a fucking trigger.
I think that only applies to the Xbox controllers, honestly.
No, the PlayStation controllers have a trigger. They're just not as.
Yeah,
They-
the new
They don't feel like
PlayStation
that.
4 and PlayStation 5
They-
controllers are considered triggers.
They,
The
I-
they
PlayStation
look
5
like
ones actually have. Unfortunately, Resoula has not been able to play with this yet. But if you have a game that actually features that thing, it'll actually put pressure against you.
The haptic feedback.
the
Yeah.
haptic feedback. Yeah, I actually have a Series 2 Elite controller for Xbox. Yes, that is expensive as it sounds.
I kind of don't care
Um,
about haptic feedback, honestly.
That has it's the same haptic feedback, and you know what I did with it? Turned it straight on.
Yeah, like, you know, we've already tried this in gaming in the 90s, and
do not
nobody
like
liked it.
feedback.
So, I don't know why we would do it again.
I-
like it.
I like pressing a button completely down and not having it.
I
resisting
kind of like. Well, I kind of like having a little bit of resistance based on like certain weapons.
I like
rocket
things to
launchers having a
be
little bit more resistance.
a little more ergonomic. Hence, my keyboard is super sensitive, and it's low profile, so I don't need to press. I barely have to press at all to get a response from my keyboard. I
Did you
don't
just
have
use
to
the
bottom
word
out the key.
Keyboard in ergomatic. Ergomatic is where the keys would be split in half, and it's horrible, and it makes me want to.
No, yeah, I know that design, but it is like if you have low profile keys in general, that is already more ergonomic because there's less pressure involved in every action you take with your keys. Because instead of having to nearly like bottom out a key to get a response, you could just press it a little bit. And then the keys also don't take as long to bottom out anyway. And you don't have to rest your fingers as high up because the keys are shorter, all of which is the difference between me getting tired of a keyboard in 2 hours versus being able to sit here and do a 12-hour stream and have no pain or discomfort whatsoever. Huh.
Fuck it up and play the keyboard.
I got another red bow. Ew.
Nice.
This one's got all
Ready up,
damage
ready up,
over
ready up,
time.
ready
I
up.
don't care about this.
Apparently we're being teleported.
Yep.
Yep, that's why I was going. Ready up, ready up.
This is
ready
the
up,
boss fight.
Praise the dark gods.
I can hear him, but I can't see him.
They have given you to me as a gift.
He's in a little pod.
I have black screen, but I can hear music
After I've blown you
and
to
something got
pieces,
blown to pieces.
I'll turn this foundry into your tomb.
Ooh, and I can actually press the A button. Oh, there I am.
He's immune, lazy devs. What's the mechanic?
Oh, sure he's
What's the mechanic? Where's the mechanic? Mechanic.
Take steam tank. I guess kill wave, kill him, kill wave, kill him. You gotta shoot these.
Oh yeah, they show their backs. Gotta shoot them in the ass when they show their ass.
Alright, I wonder if shooting the tanks opens them up.
They're turning.
Yep. That's what seems to be the idea.
I'm taking the top side. I got almost two. I got almost two of them.
I got completely knocked back by Em as well. Two are down on the bottom. I think we just gotta hold out like waves. And
Yeah.
wait for them to spin. Just watching DK just like have a little fireworks party.
I'm waiting for it to turn around on me so I can destroy it.
They're turning.
Now,
Two down.
The turning.
Two remain.
Oh, that cheat! It immediately turned back around after I hit it a few times.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
they do it
I've probably phased it by killing two. Final two remain.
it would be supremely easy just to like, you know, because I can like right here. My gun can literally hit it. But okay.
They're turning.
One's down.
Two down.
They're all down. And he's having a hissy fit.
And then he vanished. Right, leave the foundry.
Wait, why were we ever allowed to target this if it was never going to be able to take damage?
I have no idea.
Maybe he might come back.
Maybe to
it might
trick
come
you.
back as a
Probably
second
just to
phase.
trick you. Like, this is what players will try to do, so let's make them think they can do it, to show them that they can't do it, so that they figure out sooner what they're actually supposed to do.
Or
The
to make
Empire
people
owes
that hate
you a great
invincibility
debt, my friend.
on
You've
bosses
saved the
get
Imperial
angry.
Gunnery School, as well as countless innocent lives. I'll be sure to tell Magnus of your courage and skill.
You are too
What
kind,
Magnus?
But Magnus is still
But it's not
asleep because the game never
I assure you.
changed states because
Actually,
that would
it's
require money.
Headmaster Falk now.
No, he woke up and went back
With
to sleep
Rickard
again.
dead,
He was just
I've
tired.
ordered the gates to be opened and
It's the
rest of
paperwork, it
engineers
just
to
killed
report for
Magnus.
duty.
And he was like,
We'll
yeah,
get
nah,
the
just put me
foundries
back.
up and running in no time. Within a few days,
Put me back,
it will be
coach,
like
put me
none of
back.
this ever happened. And now, if you will excuse me, I have a great deal of work
Bro,
to do.
he's headmaster now. Oh, never mind.
There you go. I think we've
Just was
beaten
wondering
everything.
what he was about to finish saying.
Yep, we beat everything. There's nothing left.
He's just saying he's headmaster. Well done, great work.
Pretty much.
Said something about us being
Good
this is the
people,
last
saving the
cell,
world,
right?
Same shit. The last sale.
The last sale. We won, boys.
The
GG.
last trade.
The game is over. We have accomplished
The game
everything
is
we set
over.
out for.
We did it. How do you feel?
I feel.
I kind of wish I had a screen that said, "Good job, mercenary. It was a reward," or like, "Thank you for your trying," or something.
The reward of
Maybe
the
maybe a
feeling
message
of
from the dev
uninstalling the
team saying
game.
how much they appreciate you.
Yeah, no, it's just you're done. Oh, I mean, this is just an update. Maybe they thought they would do more after this, but then they just didn't have enough money, so they stopped. I don't know. DLCs are usually pretty lazy compared to base games anyway.
All I know is that to the Pyre Heretic.
But we're done. We did it.
You are nothing but filth. You are nothing but filth.
Just gotta hear that a couple more times,
You
huh?
are nothing but filth.
You are nothing but filth.
You are nothing but
Nothing
filth.
but filth.
You are nothing.
You are nothing but filth.
You are nothing.
You are nothing but filth.
You are nothing but filth. You are nothing but
Well, did you all want to start rumming it tonight, or did you maybe want to play some EDF?
Program doesn't have EDF.
Pilgrim, do you not have E EDF?
I have bug spray.
Program doesn't have EDF.
I'll play EDF in real life and go outside and kill actual bugs. I'll be the giant.
And frogs. Don't forget the frogs. And you'll have to kill some
No, those are
robots too.
human.
Frogs are cool.
Those are human.
Frogs are nice. Yeah, frogs are nice. They're all good. And alien spaceships too.
Yeah, don't forget the spaceships.
Are you being assaulted by alien spaceships, Pilgrim?
No, I'm just schizophrenic.
Fair enough.
People are gonna run down the street and see me stomping all on the ground, yelling, "EDF, EDF."
Look, if it was normal to see a bunch of nerds running around playing Pokemon Go, how weird would it really be to see someone yelling EDF?
I literally live in a ghetto neighborhood, so probably not weird at all.
They're like, he's on that NyQuil stuff again.
Hi, officer. How's it going?
NyQuil doesn't exist in Australia, so you're wrong.
Oh, you'll probably have an equivalent, and that's why they don't sell it there.
Yeah, I know. It's like, what was NyQuil? It was like headache tablets or something?
No,
It's
it's
like-
a liquid.
Yeah, it's like cold and flu
Ah.
medicine.
So NyQuil is that version, but also knocks you out.
Yes.
So it's basically
There's Dayquil that goes with it.
it's just like lots and lots of
Chloroform.
alcohol mixed with cold and flu
It's
medicine.
chloroform. So it's chloroform, but it helps you.
It lets you wake up and hate yourself in the morning.
It's the part that knocks you
Oh,
out's
that's the
just an
alcohol part.
antihistamine.
Yeah, but they also just put alcohol in it for whatever reason.
I think they have to for the liquid.
Well,
shit.
Alcohol helps clear out germs and shit.
That's
Yeah.
not the reason it's in there though, because the solid forms of similar things don't have the alcohol. It's just something to do with
Well,
the fact
also
that it's
the
a liquid.
daytime one doesn't have alcohol either. It's just the nighttime version.
It's only ever the liquid things that
Dayquil.
do that.
It doesn't have alcohol, just NyQuil.
You
And
literally
I
have a
remember in
Dayquil
high
and
school,
NyQuil.
kids would get they would get intoxicated by the alcohol in NyQuil because they would take too much NyQuil.
I like how you couldn't think of any other name than just Day and NyQuil.
Well, that's the point of it. It's not that they couldn't
Everyone
think
else
of
has,
other
like,
names.
fancy
It's
ass
that they
names.
specifically thought of those names, and it's smart, and that's why they're so popular.
Everywhere
Because, for
else is
example,
just, like, some
there's a lot of
fancy-ass name.
equivalents to it, and I take the equivalents. I don't take Dayquil, Nyquil. But you know what? I can't even think of their names to tell you. Because their names are unique in comparison, and thus harder to remember. But I can remember Dayquil, Nyquil very easily.
Hey, look,
Yeah,
I can't
it's
even
also
remember
like
my
all
own
there's
version.
like colors associated. Dayquil is
Yes.
orange.
Yes, Nyquil is
NyQuil
blue.
is like dark blue.
Yeah,
Hey, I can't even remember my version of it.
exactly.
See, soon Dayquil NyQuil will take over. It'll be what you consider it to be. It's all part of.
This is how
Fixed
brand
Plan.
names work in America. Like, you make a really good brand name, and then anything like
Solvent.
that will just be called that forever. Like
I
like
think-
Coke in the South. You don't get soda, you get a Coke.
Mhm.
What kind of Coke do you want? Sprite?
I think the Australian version of NyQuil is called Bisolvent. It's the main thing
never
I
heard
can
of it.
think of. Yeah, well, it's Australian. It's like BI solvent, SOLVON,
Okay.
and it's.
I should have
all the
mentioned
bullshit.
that Dayquil also usually has acetone in it, which is Tylenol. But I know
Acetaminophen.
outside of America, Tylenol has a different name.
Tylenol is the headache shit, right?
No, it's just a
Yeah.
pain reliever in general.
Yeah, it's a pain reliever
So
in
it
general,
would
but people,
probably be Panadol.
I think that's it too. I think that is it. It's acetone, the AC, whatever.
Paracetamol.
Acetaminophen.
Paracetamol is the term. Panadol is the brand. It's the popular brand. Yeah.
I put in
And you
paracetamol, and that's apparently a skin care product.
can you say that big word again? The something.
Acetaminophen.
Yep, I'm looking at
Acetaminophen.
that word right now.
Yeah. So in America, that's Tylenol.
Acetam Iniphen.
Tylenol is just a
Acetamin.
brand name for acetaminophen. There's a lot of things that have
Okay, yeah.
acetaminophen. But you
Yeah,
think of
paracetamol
Tylenol
is
because they did the
Tylenol.
smart thing.
Just like we don't have Adderall, I think we have Ritalin or something
We
like that.
called it Ritalin here. We have Ritalin. I used to be put on Ritalin.
Same.
It was
didn't work
great.
at all.
The only
It was
problem
great.
is it like makes you not hungry ever.
I had the complete opposite effect. I was on Ritalin and I got hungry and I was completely fucking nuts. It didn't help me at all. Yeah. Then I changed to this thing called Concerta, and it's like a slow release version of Ritalin. And that did really well, and it still had the hunger thing, where you don't get hungry.
Alright, so we done?
Yeah.
Are we
Yeah.
going to play? Are we going to do a different stream of something else, or?
Look, I'm literally here all day. Forever. This is hardly my decision.
Go play EDF. I'm gonna go
You're the one that's usually the least available, so a lot of this is up to you, the person asking.
I guess now I need to find out how much EDF is, but no, I imagine he can't download EDF fast enough.
If
He's
you buy me
Australian
EDF,
internet.
I am giving it to you back.
Why would you give it to
I
me back?
don't, because I don't want to play EDF.
You don't like EDF?
I don't not like EDF. I just don't want to play it.
Monster.
Your mum.
What about my mom?
Just your mum in general.
No, I don't understand. You'll have to explain it to me.
Okay.
Sorry.
You're fine.
You know what? Why don't we take a quick bio break, and we'll we'll do Remnant. We'll start Remnant. I got nothing better to do.
I was gonna say you could just jump on EDF and I could go nap.
I wouldn't abandon you, Pilgrim.
I don't mind being abandoned.
Officer said
But
he
I
would join
wouldn't
for
do it.
EDF.
Okay, you know
There
what?
you go.
Now, the only way to ease my conscience is to let Resoula decide.
I'll flip a coin unless
Funny
Pilgrim makes a
'cause
decision.
I'm literally saying go play EDF.
Alright, there you go. He made a decision.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
All right, then
enjoy
a
bugs.
quick file break, and we will save Mother Earth.
Okay. I'll close out this stream and get a EDF one scheduled.
I will go to the bathroom and then schedule an EDF stream.
Okay. I got it.
I won't sleep.
I guess I'll just quick end this one. I don't really need an outro for this one. Yeah, I'm gonna end this one, and then we're gonna put up EDF one and swap to EDF.
It's not goodbye. It's we'll see you in a bit.
Literally in like 10 minutes. Poof.